This is another installment of Remarkable Meetings, and I'm going to talk about a meeting I had in Ljubljana, Slovenia at the end of 2013. Now, I was with a group of legal professionals from an Eastern European country, and we had a series of meetings in The Hague and Slovenia. We went to the International Criminal Tribunal in The Hague, that's the ICTY for ex-Yugoslavia. We went to the Supreme Court in Slovenia, and a bunch of other meetings and ministries. And at the end of the 10-day program, one of the attendees asked if he could make a presentation to the group. And I said, sure, there's no problem with that. And he gave a presentation about what he learned and the importance of the 10 days that he was spending together, and the importance of going to the International Criminal Tribunal for ex-Yugoslavia. That was one of the first meetings that we had. And he said that as an ethnic Albanian living in Macedonia, that was really, really powerful for him. Now, you have to keep in mind that when Yugoslavia broke up, there was only one country that didn't have war, that didn't have fighting during the breakup, during independence, and that was Macedonia. Now, a couple of years later, they did have civil strife, and they did have to make modifications to the constitution. But they were the only country during the breakup that didn't have violence. And so here we are years and years later, this young man is making this presentation, and it was very powerful. And later that day, I was walking around the Capitol, and I just happened to run into him, and I said, please, let's have lunch if you have the time. And we sat down, and we had lunch, and I wanted to know why he gave that presentation. We've been doing this for over 10 years, and nobody asked to do that. Nobody's ever asked to give a presentation like that to their own group. So I thought that it was really interesting, and I was curious. And he said two reasons that stood out. One was that as an ethnic Albanian living in Macedonia, he wanted to prove to the rest of the group that he belonged, that the work that he had done and the educational level that he had achieved, he belonged with the rest of the group. The other reason was that he wanted to be a leader for all ethnic Albanians living in Macedonia and all Macedonians. He was very specific about that. He said he wanted to be a leader for all Macedonians and hoped to one day be a judge. His name is Agim Ibrahimi, and that was a remarkable meeting in Ljubljana, Slovenia.